And we're back with Cage Chronicles. Back again with James. How we doing?
G'day, good.
And Ren Kophamel.
Oh, that was cool. Hello.
Yeah,
How we going?
not a Hanley anymore.
No, not at all.
Now a married woman.
Yes, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I had to change my cage kit discount code from Hanley to Kophamel 15
Yeah.
the other day, so that was exciting.
Nice. So Kevin gets the money now.
Basically.
That's cool. Just thought I'd bring you on today. We've got a few things coming up. You had a fight coming up, but unfortunately that fight is no longer going ahead.
Yep.
But we might have a replacement, and by the time this is aired, we might know one way or the other.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
have
it
an
was 3
answer.
weeks away.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've been training hard.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, Steve, I hope you've realised that I've been training hard. Is that
Yeah.
a rhetorical question?
I'm just saying, do you think you've been training hard?
I think I've been training hard, yeah.
Good then.
I think.
It's all about what you believe.
Now, I was going to say, now you make me second guess everything. No, I have been training hard.
No, you're looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Feeling
Looking sharp.
yeah. Feeling fitter, which is good. Like a bit of context, I suppose. Like I quit full-time work to get into fight camp and like do everything. So I'm absolutely loving the training at the moment.
When was your last one? What was that? December?
Yeah, Gamma.
Yeah, Gamma. Yeah.
So I came third in the MMA striking for that one. I don't know where I placed with the MMA, but remember if I don't know if you remember the fight, but I just got taken down the whole time and sat on.
Yeah, it was a pro fighter, but yeah.
Anyway,
But it was good
Steve
experience.
Did he say just get up? Just stand up, Ren?
I'm pretty sure.
Just stand up.
So she was in full mount for lots of it, and I'm props to me for not having the TKO, I suppose. I'm gonna chuck that out there. But Steve's advice, right, and I've never hit this ever, is full mount. You know how you go under the arms and then you roll them?
Yeah. Because you're so far forward.
Yeah, apparently it was meant to be really easy, and I swear down, I tried it 4 or 5 times, but then because my arms were up, what happens if you leave your arms up, James?
You get armbarred.
You get armbarred.
And
that's what happened.
Is that what happened?
In the
So
last,
it's my fault apparently.
so Steve's fault.
Yeah.
That happened in the last round, 2 minutes to go or something.
If she wins, it was all from her. If she loses, your fault.
Exactly. It's always the way. It's always the way.
Life as a coach.
And then you've got your fight coming up, James.
So WA state titles on this Sunday. So I've got, I'm doing no-gi and gi, my weight division, and absolute, because my super fight got cancelled, so now just state titles.
But you still matched one of the guys who's going to...
Yeah. Match there. So, absolute division for both as well. So see how that goes. And then we've got a few guys competing from here too as well. So
yeah, it'd be good. I'm looking forward to going to see it. I think we've got a few lads that can go and support. I wasn't here for the last one, so
is it
over east.
ADCC?
No, this is AFBJJ. So many different
ones.
Acronyms,
AFBJJ, this one, or WAJJC. So it's the West Australian Jiu-Jitsu Championships, state titles.
Okay. And are they doing points?
This is points, So,
what do points make?
What?
Prizes.
I have no idea. I was like, winners? I'm like, winners?
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly.
If you get your points, you're winners. Yeah, so, it'd be good to do points, because the last time we did points was at Worlds. And so I've been enjoying thinking more about points, rather than, it's just giving me something else to do rather than just floating around grabbing subs and stuff in the gym training. So sort of more thinking about we say this all the time, it works well, crosses over well for MMA and stuff. It just rewards progressive
position.
Positional dominance, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Progressing from one to another. And then I was listening to something before, and I think it was John Danaher. He was talking about it, and he's saying how it's scored is basically how you can strike more effectively. So if you're on a side control, you can land X amount of shots. You get to mount, you can land even more damaging shots.
Yeah.
You get their reverse on the bottom, and you start hitting them. That's the worst position to be in. And it just makes a lot of sense there, because it does bring it back to strikes.
Yeah.
From there.
Well, I don't think I've spoken about it yet, but I went and did the that referee course with Alvaro. Yeah. So I don't know. I put a video up the other day, and that was him reffing in like the World Championships, there was him reffing Roger Gracie versus I think it's Chao Tuera in the finals or something, and he's in there reffing that. So he's like reffed some of the biggest matches of all time, some of the GOATs, you know, like Roger Gracie. And so I did that ref course with him, and yeah, there was some stuff there that was pretty interesting. Basically, like he said that like everything's scored. You're scoring as long as you're forward progressing, you're always scoring.
Yeah, not going backwards.
Yeah, going backwards, like, yeah, you're not scoring. You do get negative points, which for like stalling and things like that. So it's always rewarding that forward progression. You can't like just jump from a spot and go back to it either and score again because you haven't actually like progressed, advanced at all.
That makes sense.
So there was a lot of stuff in there that made sense, yeah. And so using that more when I'm rolling now, just giving me a different avenue to sort of think about and do things has been like, yeah, really livened up the training a bit, you know.
When you teach and you're always telling people get position then submission. Don't be just like a beginner where you're just jumping on an arm, jumping on a neck. So it does work to do that. Get that position, solidify the position, look for the submission, progress the position all the time, looking for better and better positions, then it's easier to submit someone.
The other thing that I found interesting that he was telling us was how the rules are made. So the IBJJF, like obviously that's the biggest organisation in the world for jiu-jitsu, but that rule set, the book is 57 pages. So we covered 57 pages like with videos and stuff. But he was saying the rules were made, when they made the rules, they went around to all the biggest gyms in the world and then got the input from all the the head coaches, owners from the biggest gyms in the world to create the rule set. So that's how some of these things came around. So it's not like just like one person or the IBJJF just decided on the rules. It was as a collective. So
that's good. And you would prefer that now over a sub comp?
I think there's just pros and cons to both, I think. There's just pros and cons to both. I mean,
what are the pros to a sub only?
So like
it's just that you can just go for that sub, you know, like and go for it. Yeah.
I think it's like pros and cons. Like sub only, sometimes you could positionally dominate your opponent.
Yeah, that's
which is what I did at the Worlds.
Yeah.
I positionally dominated. You got one sweep, landed on my butt, reverse, got back on top, but didn't solidify the mount. At a 3/4 mount, I was on top, going for submissions. Yeah. Just kept getting back on top all the time, but I couldn't get the points.
Yeah.
So it's a big, but if you watched it from that perspective, it was more dominant positioning.
Yeah.
But just because you got it back, so it makes it really fun as well. Like then it's challenging.
Yeah.
It makes it fun. Like goes, oh damn, yeah. I didn't even realize that you got them points just from that. Now I've got to catch up.
Behind.
Yeah.
I feel like back when I was competing at white belt, that was sort of when like Metcalf first started his sub-only comps. I think they sort of came in. They weren't here at the start. It was just points, really. It was the thing. And sometimes people they score their points and then they would stall out, which you actually shouldn't be able to do. It should be getting negative for stalling, even in the point system. And so you would be stuck on the bottom, you're down on points, and then you just get held down, and then that's it. So people were sort of disgruntled with that, like, oh, you know, this guy just passed my guard, holds me there, that's it.
Yeah.
But then what I find is, like, sub-only can be the same too because people don't want to lose.
So they just
and so you fight to a draw.
Yeah.
And then even if you might just, like, you might say you take this guy down, pass, get to mount, and then you just spend 4 minutes trying to get a sub or something, and they're just super defensive.
And they're just locking everything
up. And then it just goes to a draw, and it's like,
But it's good in a way, like where it's like you don't go on the podium if you don't sub them. Like if you don't get the submission, you're not gonna get a podium. So you have to push for the submission as well. But there's pros and cons. Everyone's gonna see it differently, aren't they?
I think, like you said, like I think is my microphone. I can't hear it. Can you
can't hear you? I can hear you. Oh. But you start right next to me.
Maybe it's my earphones. Yeah, I think, like you said, like it's a different challenge. So now I look at it another way. If you're down on points and the time's running out, it's like, okay, well you gotta like go. You have to go. You can't just you're gonna. There's always a winner and a loser when it comes to points. Whereas like in the sub only, you might be like, oh, I'm just gonna hold out here and go to the draw and I don't lose. You know. Yeah. So I think just pros and cons to both. So. Yeah.
Which ones have you done before, Ren? You just done the SGT?
I've done both. So my first ever JITS comp was points in Adelaide, and I did not understand what points were. This is like my first ever white belt. Like,
What do
been
points
training.
make?
Winners. No, what did you say? Prizes. Prizes.
They do make winners too.
They make winners as well.
What do winners get? Prizes.
Prizes.
Exactly.
So it all just flows in.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm pretty sure I lost like by like 21 points to like 7 or something.
Cooked.
But that's just
You
because
got cooked.
Yeah, thanks. I've got footage of it as well.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. I'm just like flat-legged on the bottom, like trying to hip escape, but like my feet aren't
moving.
flat.
Yeah,
like,
right. Just
it's
laying
so
out.
funny. Yeah. So, anyways, that was my first comp, and then but since in Perth, I swear there's just more sub-onlys than there are point comps now. I feel.
I think
because they SGT white belt.
SGT is probably like the biggest comp.
I think it's the biggest one that you hear about it more, and then there's other ones that we haven't even got people in at sometimes. You know, more now. Everyone wants to go on competitions, but the SGT is probably the one. Everyone, because they understand it.
He holds more across the year as well. Because he has his white belt, he does the masters, he has his like. So you're probably a bit more like.
You hear about it more and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should do jits comps. I think they're so much fun.
I think so. I mean,
I think people get a bit too nervous about the
but I don't feel the pressure's the same. It's not the same at all. Like, it's going to get nervous. You want to win, obviously.
Yeah.
But you get tapped out. You get outscored. Like, what's not the end of the world?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You're going to push to win, but it's not. I don't think it's the same as when you're fighting an MMA fight, boxing fight, a Muay Thai. Where it's like you go in there, you've trained for what 8 weeks, 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then it could be over in a second. It could be over after 3 rounds. You don't know.
Yeah.
And it just seems to be more. Everyone's watching you.
It's
Whereas like sometimes, again, we've said it before, I'm at the jiu-jitsu comps. I don't know who's won and lost other than the medals.
Yeah.
I remember that match we did. Oh, not really.
Not really.
Not really. We've been like coaching heaps of matches.
Yeah,
so many matches. I was going to say, there's 14 mats going at once. Like, there really is no pressure.
No.
Yeah. No.
I think pressure you put on yourself. That's it, really. That's all we got. Yeah. How are you finding your training? Because we're thinking about today, like, we were having a little discussion earlier. Oh, Robin's microphone's making a funny noise. Oh, we're all good. The other day, like, what's the difference for rolling and for sparring? What's the different perspective from guys and girls doing it? Obviously, I know from my perspective of a guy sparring, but I'm a big guy as well, as in like, so like I'm always going against people similar height, similar weight, all smaller.
Yeah.
But I'm not like going against massive dudes all the time, you know. So I just wondered what your perspective is how you go with your sparring and your rolling. Is there anything in particular that stands out that's changed in your perspective, or?
It's definitely changed. Like Wolves Den, well, not necessarily Wolves Den, but the crew was intimidating to start off with because I was shit, basically, though. Like, not because of the guys themselves, but because I felt like I was an awful training partner or I was a bad sparring partner because, like, there was no way that I was even close to being, like, the same level.
Yeah.
But then, obviously, as you just turn up every single day and then you realise, like, oh, I caught that on that person, or like, oh, I did that on that other person, like, and then you start to have that self-confidence in yourself. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like the guys are a bit scared of me more than I'm scared of them sometimes now. Like, I yell at them a little bit, tell them to get off the mats, and like in sparring, like we're like, especially when it's packed, like, you know, we're only meant to have 12 people on or whatever, and I'll like count them out and I'll be like, oi, what are you two doing? Get off the mats. And like, so I don't know, I feel like everyone here has a lot of respect for me, which is really, really good. So in terms of like sparring and stuff like that, I tend to just look after myself now, especially as a fighter. I hate getting injured. It's not great. Yeah. So I tend to know who to spar against, and I've got my key people that I'll go against who are similar size. Yeah. And then if I end up going with someone who is just disproportionate. Thank you. Yeah. It just turns into a really fun time. Yeah. Like, so like Luke, for instance, Luke Matchett, like, that's a hilarious spar, and 9 out of 10 times I will be dropped with a body shot. But it's
you're both southpaws as well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a whole different, it's a whole bit of a different competition. But I feel like as a female, I have gotten over that hurdle. Like, it is a hurdle to get over because, these guys, like I don't know, there's positions that can be uncomfortable. or like just really weird, or like, you know, you're trying to do a reach around from octopus guard and like you're grabbing things you're not meant to be grabbing.
Yeah.
You know, like those sorts of things. But you sort of get over that because it's just sparring and like it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know.
But you're saying like now you feel confident and that.
Yeah.
But towards the beginning, would you have felt confident to say to someone, no, I don't want to spar with you?
Yeah. No.
No.
I don't think so. But you would be able to tell in other things like body language and like the way that I did spar, like running away from people or just like circling, or like you know, if I'm sparring someone who I know is super strong and perhaps doesn't have the dexterity to control their power. Like I know there's people in the gym still who I spar against and I'm like, okay, don't get hit by that or you will literally get knocked out. So like make sure that you're aware of that. But when I spar those types of people and I see that right hand coming or something like that, I will just oversell my cover, if that makes sense. And I'll just make sure that I don't get hit. Because that is sort of my responsibility as much as it is theirs as well. Yeah. Because they can do that on a guy and it's no issues. But for me, I will get rocked or I will get injured or something like that. So nowadays, I feel like I can sort of laugh at the newbies who like absolutely puck me super hard really randomly with some awkward shot. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's weird. But like at the start, I think it was more I projected being more scared, so then people looked after me better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I think you've like hit some great points about like what we were talking about earlier. So some of those points there were obviously now over time you've collected that information and now and you go, you've got your set people that you know is going to be a great, and so you're always going to, you're in your mind, you're already pre-planning your session. Okay, well, I know I'm going to be able to go with Jack. I'm going to go with Luke's going to be all right. I can go over here with Oscar. So, and you'll be actively seeking out those, instead of standing there being left and then like some, like, you know, guy that's way bigger than you or way stronger or can't control their power comes and grabs you. Yeah. So that's what you were just saying, like you've got those sparring partners now, and then
that really does come down to confidence as well. You know what I mean?
Because
I can see how people wouldn't be confident to do that, and they don't want to be pushy, and maybe you don't want to go with me, whatever. Yeah. But even when I'm sparring, and again, like I'm not small, and I go against certain people, I know I may get injured, and it's maybe because they're a bit awkward the way they move, or just stylistically with me. Yeah. Like I know they're gonna smash the elbow on my foot or something. I'm gonna get kicked in the groin or something like that. And obviously they're working on it, they're not doing it on purpose. No. But everyone's different. Yeah. And everyone moves differently. But I do know some people like could be loads bigger than me and got loads of power. Yeah. But I know that sparring's gonna be pretty fun. Yeah. And it's like, it's control, but it's like if we up it together. Yeah. Whereas other people like just they're very awkward, and then you just get random injuries.
It's so weird, and I genuinely feel like, and I mean it's just about experience and getting better. But I feel like personally it's the newbies that I get more injured from. Yeah. Like neck cranks or like just silly stuff, like you said, like my foot's definitely going to be kicked at elbows and stuff. So like, you know, I find, and I've chatted to the girls before, some of the other girls in the den, like they're hiding out down here doing the sparring. And I'm like, no, you actually get looked after better if you're braver and you come over to the other side with a bit more experience, because those are the guys that know how to taper their punches, how to taper their speed, like, and look after you better, whereas these guys are looking to win every single sparring
and it's an ego thing as well. It is, But I'm the same, like with, if I'm rolling, go with like a high level black belt, he might beat the crap out of me, but I know he's going to look after me. Yeah. Like it's in like it's controlling.
Are you talking about me right now?
No, high level. High level.
Are you sure?
High level.
He's talking about me.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about me.
Yeah. Okay. It's like a silly. So it happens for everyone, but I do understand the issues that might be for a smaller guy, for a smaller girl as well, like coming into it, and then people having different perceptions. Maybe they don't want to spar with you for whatever reason, or they do want to spar with you. And it's like, you know, we got to deal with that as coaches. But then again, hopefully people as they get more experience, get more confidence and be able to say, I'm going to sit this one out, or I'm going to go and spar with this. I'm waiting for this person over here.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think, like I said, it's just a hurdle to get over. Like obviously if you're doing MMA, you've got a lot of hurdles to overcome. And like, this that one is a bit of a small hurdle, in my opinion. For other females, it might be a huge thing.
Yeah.
And look, there are times where I'm going to be honest, like there are still times where I get pucked in the face and like, that was so mean. And like, I have a bit of a sook about it, but like I get over it. It is sparring. It is like.
You said that twice, that pucked in the face.
Pucked, yeah.
Is that what's that?
I don't know, like a hockey puck.
Wait. Oh,
Pucked.
no, that's
She's just making up her own words now.
pucked.
I let it slip on the first one because I thought you said it wrong, and I'm like, pucked in the face.
I've never heard.
Is that like an Adelaide thing?
That's like a worldwide thing.
I've never heard that in my life.
Well, this is now clickbait to do a little poll because I swear getting pucked in the face is like a normal
Is
thing.
it pucked or pocked? I feel like
P.
you're changing it now.
No, P pucked in the like.
Well, I actually went to watch the ice hockey the other day for the first time.
That's
and
a puck.
That's a puck, but like I don't know.
Do you know what a puck is?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
circular thing. No, you guys are being hold
not-
on.
It's probably like
It's
a-
a thing.
Robin, have you ever heard of
Canadian
pucked in the
thing.
face? No,
Google it.
Google
pucked
it.
in the face.
Google it.
Please, young Robin.
I thought I misheard it first, but anyway.
No.
Do you know
anyways.
what? Do you know what I think? I always think about is when it comes to the women and the men, is every other sport is like pretty much separate, right?
Yeah.
And they're not even they're not as weird as, like you said, you're like grabbing weird places, you're rolling around, like you couldn't be any more contact than like
Yeah.
MMA or
You gotta
jiu-jitsu. It
get
couldn't
comfy.
be any more contact.
Yeah.
And every other sport is like separate. So it's like you got basketball, you got men and women's basketball. They don't train. They don't train together. They don't play against each
That's the
other.
point, yeah.
Every other sport is separate, and even the training is separate, and they're not even contact sports yet. When it comes to jiu-jitsu or martial arts, it's like we just do it all in
Chuck
together,
them
and
all
off
in
you
together.
go. You're sparring,
Yeah.
and you might have like 3 girls to 20 guys because it's obviously more predominantly male-ly.
Combat sports.
Yeah, so you just, but it's just
You just get used to it.
You're just in there, right?
I really do. Yeah, yeah.
I always think about that. I was talking to Grace about it the other day, and she was like, yeah, I've never, because she was saying about like getting more women and stuff would be nice, and I was like, yeah, I brought that up about the sports being like separate, and you just have to be in there, and you couldn't get any more like contact or using strength to overpower each other and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's just all
Yeah.
together, small people against big people, like everything, different demeanors as well. Like some people are inherently just aggressive people, and some people are more like softer people, and it's just all go together.
That's always funny at the beginning when you're training and you go like, spar me and then hit me, and then they're like, I was like, what? You can hit me. I don't want to hurt you. And other people just don't care, and they just go boom.
Yeah.
There's that smashing. Like, well, he's off.
Yeah.
That's
And
true,
people don't know when the first start, when you're saying about beginners.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know the power. They don't know how hard to put something on until they get that experience and realize someone's done it to them.
Yeah.
Oh wow! I didn't realize I had that power. Like sometimes the smaller guys and the girls are hitting me, and I'm like, "Whoa, he's off!" And they think I'm taking the piss. I'm like, "No, that really hurts."
I'm gonna be really honest. When I spar you, Steve,
Yeah,
I, like the body, I go for the body shots. Like,
that's all right. It's fine.
that's
Six packs.
That's all I can do. I like get like 3 in, and then I just get teeped, and then I'm on my back anyway. So I'm like, oh, I tried. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I do it too.
Yeah,
It's different, but and sometimes you get like the guys start and they're just like this big giant strong, and you think, oh, this guy's gonna go like super hard, and then they're like so gentle and soft, and you're like, oh, cool. And then other times it might be someone that's not even like looking like they're gonna go hard, and they're trying to like
Come
rip
at
your
you.
face off.
Yeah.
and it's trying to educate people as they're doing it, because some people will, out of a whole class, be ones who go too hard, and you tell them and you say you got to ease off a little bit, and then they just look at you like, oh, okay, didn't even realize I was going hard. Then they do it again, and you go, okay, so you can't put this on, and you're trying to break it down of what they should be doing.
Yeah.
And
But
they
sometimes you just gotta show them.
eventually get it.
Yeah.
But like it's like going, everything else can be fast. When you put the submission on, just go slow.
Yeah.
It doesn't go on, doesn't matter. Like just switch to another move. You don't. It's not like you're not going to win a trophy or a medal. Some people are just never going to tap out.
No points.
They're going to
no
hold the tap, and
prizes.
they'll be like, you see the arm's going to snap off, or they're going to go to sleep. I'm like, you're going to tap? And they're like, no. So just some people have got this little ego thing.
Yeah, some of them as well. You try and talk to them. I swear, like some people, you talk to heaps, and it's just like it's still not getting through. I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore, you know? Like,
unless you roll them and then you
even
do it
then,
to them.
But even then, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't.
Because that's like the tools you have as a coach is like, you can talk, you can roll with them, you can spar with them. Sometimes that works. Sometimes talking doesn't work, but the sparring or the rolling will, or vice versa.
Yeah.
And then sometimes nothing. And then you know it's going to be all right with time.
Yeah.
But in that meantime, you're like...
You just got to bear with it.
Yeah, you're just like, you're just repeating yourself and it's not going through, you know.
I've had some lads before come in and it's almost like trying to prove it to the coach. Like, I'm here, check me out. Like, watch this. I'm like, it's not the right attitude. Like, what you're doing is not right. And they just haven't got the mentality at the moment.
Yeah.
But again, with time, they start getting it more and more.
Well, because it's not about winning or losing in here, is it? Like,
it's about learning and again, I mean, obviously nobody wants to get tapped out.
No.
Nobody wants to be clipped. Like I'm competitive as anything in here, but then like I will like let people back me up on the cage. I'll let people do certain things and move around a little bit, and then I'll get them and then say, how'd you get out of this position? I had someone the other day, triangle. I was like, they were just about to tap. I said, no, what's the escape? And I hadn't had it on properly. Do the escape. I'm like, nope, that's not it. And I finally got it. And like, oh yeah, I remember now. Yeah. So it's just like you do things like that, and then sometimes you just want to roll.
Yeah, exactly. So. I really appreciate what we're doing on a Tuesday night at the Fighters MMA class. Like at the end when we're doing our rounds and we're doing our sparring, like you're telling everyone, which I super agree with, do the stuff that you're bad at. Yeah. Like do the stuff that you get caught in. Or like maybe let this person take you down and see how you go getting up. Or like that's what I'm enjoying about the training at the moment. It's just about like what bits am I bad at that I want to improve in. And then I think that's sort of like the lesson that you get with experience once you've been beaten enough or once you've won enough and all of those sorts of things.
I think you get that experience from competing.
Yes.
Like more because you have an idea of what competition is.
And then you do it.
I remember having your first fight or your first comment, you go, I'm going to do this, this, and this. Do this throw, and then I'm going to do this. And it doesn't end up like that at all.
Goes out the window.
Yeah, it goes out the window. So, like, it's having that experience of competition and then going, okay, what am I not very good at? Yeah. Because maybe James spars with you and beats you up on the ground. But then he goes, okay, I really want to work from bottom half guard, do this. So he lets you get to there and you start playing from there. So you're getting that experience, but he's also getting experience of working off that.
Working from the bottom.
And you don't have to tell each other that. You just need to move. And again, it's just an ego thing.
Yeah.
And then you could finish the day and say, I've done awesome today. And it's like, wicked, cool. You know what I mean? Like, but he's working what he's working as well.
Yeah.
And then that's the way to do it. Not have to go and find out the hardest person every time for the hardest role.
Yeah.
No.
Because if you go with someone you're a little bit better than, you can practice stuff that you need to work on.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, in that way. And then other times you just got to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got to survive.
So that's why I do have a feeling for like smaller individual like guys and girls. It's like it's going to be harder for you to then not just be in survival mode all the time until you get to that level.
All the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so funny. Like I've experienced a lot in my fights. Like here, I'm on the wall. I'm stuck on the wall. I try and do something, it doesn't work because the person's 20 kilos heavier than me. And like that's just reality. Like, and yes, although my technique probably does play into that a little bit as well, but like, and then I do it in a fight and it's easy as peas.
Yeah.
And like that switch is really weird to have because it's in a fight. That's meant to be harder.
Yeah.
But I just managed to move her from one side of the cage to the other like so easy because we're the same way.
But now you're equal. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I enjoy that, but I sort of wish I did have it more in the den so then I know like, oh, this single leg, every time I hit this, I know that it's going to work, but I'm doing it against people who are like 70, 80.
Well, I think we're pretty lucky here. Like we've got so many flyweights and bantamweights, so we've got like a lot.
We've got a good mix.
I think we've got 4 of the pro flyweights of the 10 that exist in Australia in our gym. Plus they've got like obviously the amateurs coming through, so it's good in that way. But sometimes, the bigger guys, they only got a handful of people that can go against. Yeah. The higher you go on weight and the lower you go on weight, you're going to have less and less. Yeah, people. But we're pretty lucky in here for those.
No, it is a good mix. I think it's a good mix. And then, what was I supposed to say? Like, I think so random. I was sort of circling back to being a female and like, but just like, with the newer people, I feel like they just don't know the cultural like norms or like the team norms. Like I remember, this is so long ago, I don't know if you remember this, but like, do you remember like that 6 a.m. jits class? And like I put my hand up to go with that guy and he just completely docked me and like went away. And like, do you remember this?
I don't remember.
It was ages ago. But then like, so just having that confidence to be like, no, you're going with me, like,
Yeah.
Not in a weird way, but like, no, like you're coming with me.
Yeah, I do remember something. I don't know if it was that 6 a.m. class, but I think it's happened before to you. And we spoke. I was like, oh, he just. And then I think I grabbed him back and said, go with Ren.
And it
or
was
whatever.
not a good role for him. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
I know I've done that with you before.
Yeah.
Like, and then I was like, well, you know, like you come here, yeah, because they just sort of like.
it's just that team norm, and I suppose like they just kind of go, oh my gosh, it's a girl. Like I don't know how to roll a girl. Like what happens? And it's like
I think there's a lot of different things there. Like some guys like they don't want to go with the girls because they think this can be even. Well, I guess it's more newer people. They're like they think it's going to be a waste of their time, right? And then I'm like. And then in that case, I'm like, go roll with like Courtney or roll with Kate. Yeah. You know, like go and then tell me how it is after that, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
So it's like I think they think like, oh, it's going to be a waste of my time, or some people are just awkward with it and they're like, don't know what to do, or some people, there's a multitude of different maybe thoughts going through like people's heads, like when it comes to that.
I find passing a guy's guard easier than passing a female's guard. Like, just fun fact. Because I feel like females, like...
dexterity and stuff.
Like, like, do you know what I mean? Like, we get our hips up so high. like, it's very easy to
guard
do.
retention,
Yeah, exactly. So there's always, like, pros and cons for both. But,
Yeah, you can always... I was talking to Grace about the other day as well. I said, like, every single time Courtney's in my class, I'm going to roll with her. Like, I want to roll with Courtney. I want to roll with Kate. Like, I know I'm going to get a great roll, like, and a different style of role. So it's not like, so I think when maybe some of the newer guys are like, you know, I'm going to bash that girl or whatever, like it's going to be too easy. And then I love being like, Kate, you know, I just go and like, get a few submissions, nod. Like, go and get a couple, you know. So, and then that's where you use that tool of like rolling. Yeah. To like, educate someone as well, you know. You can use that tool and just go, okay, Kate, go over there. And then try and get as many submissions as you can, you know. And then they all of a sudden they've just learned so much just from that 5 minutes, like
Another thing that happened this week that I'd seen was the Ben Askren thing. Do you guys read about that?
Yeah. Well, it's been a thing, hasn't it? I think it's been for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I didn't realize that at first what it was, but basically from what I've read is Ben Askren got staph. So obviously there's skin condition which can happen in any gym, but it can happen in combat sports gyms like staph, ringworm, them sort of things. But it can actually get really bad, and I've seen it get bad before where people get paralyzed, people have died from it, and he's ended up with a double lung transplant, was it?
Yeah. Well, because the staph went to pneumonia somehow. Yeah. And I think it was like
necrotizing.
That's it. Yeah. Like necrosis pneumonia or something, like eating it. Well, I don't even.
It just highlights as well. I mean, I think we were on top of it most of the time in here, trying to educate. We even had a guy in the other day who was a blue belt, and he's from a different gym. And I sat down with everyone, like, guys, just to make sure you do this A, B, C, D, E, F, G of what you should do every time after a class or before a class. And afterwards, he came over and he goes, man, no one's ever said that to me before. Like, no one sat us down in a gym and done that. Yeah. And I think sometimes coaches or gym owners are scared of like saying something because it freaks people out. Yeah. Oh, there must be an issue here. Well, no, I want to make it not an issue here. Yeah, so we need to be on top of it. Yeah. So it's like certain things we need to stay.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
That's what I always say.
Whoa.
And points me a prize.
You two are on fire.
But it makes me think like, you know, you just got to stay on top of it the whole time. Yeah. And it's just like something is fairly rare really compared to how many times we make skin to skin contact. But if it does happen, it's an issue.
I feel like it happens to some people. Like, I think it's just luck
some
of the draw.
Some people are more
susceptible than others.
Yeah, 100%. And then if you do have it, it's just I want to get it out, like the people know what to look for. You know what I mean? And half the time they think, oh, it's this and that. And the amount of times I get told I've been bit by a spider, or I've been bit by a bug, or I've been insect bite. I said, insect bite? Is it really? And and I was like, okay, did you remember getting bitten? I said, no. Looks like staph to me. Yeah. And then it's like being able to like see exactly what it is and be able to like go, okay, I'm going to look after everyone else in the gym and I'm going to move away. I'm going to get that treated. I'm not going to come back in the gym. Yeah. It's like, it's a massive deal. And again, it can get as serious as Ben Askren. You know what I mean? Like that sort of stuff. I think
the thing with Ben Askren is, obviously we don't know because we're not there, but from what I heard was he got staph, but he's got heaps of commitments. He's like traveling, and doing this and doing that, and so your immune system's down. You've got staph, then you're flying. Maybe not taking it as serious enough, and then by keep on doing stuff, your immune system's low, run down, and then the staph can like.
But that's exactly what you're saying. Not taking it serious enough. So like when they had there was a guy in Thailand and he lost his leg.
Right.
Had to get nearly lost. He had to get flown back. Yeah. It happens so many times because you get this little dot which turns into a spot,
and then it just
then it goes into I'll leave it a bit more. Gets in your bloodstream, and then you are screwed.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
And again, like nothing we ever do in here is gonna like stop it 100%. But if clothes are being washed with antibacterial stuff, people are not coming off the mats with the shoes off and bringing stuff back on again. And people sometimes look at me, the new people, and they look at me like I'm like being like so crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you can't come off the mat and then come back on the mat. And like, well, what for?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to go into here. You might go in the toilet. You're going to bring all these germs. This is where people are walking through every time, bringing it back all onto the mat. Now my face is on the mat. And then maybe someone's got an open cut and things like all these things we're not supposed to supposed to be keeping on top of. But people have got long sleeve rashes on and you can't see it all the time. It's just an ongoing thing we got to go on top of because all of us new people coming in.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm mentioning it. And all these other people who've been in for a while might be like, oh, he's mentioning it again. Yeah, but but this is the best time for me to tell everyone.
It's almost like sometimes I think if people have been here for a while and they have a little staph spot, they go, oh, but that's okay because I've been here for a while and I can just hide it.
Yeah.
And they don't think about it as like how quickly it all
spreads. And it affects everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, we've all had a bout of like sickness go through the gym recently. It wasn't staph or ringworm, but like it was just how quickly it went from like the jiu-jitsu team to like the Muay Thai team to the MMA team. And it just went through everyone so quickly in the span of 2 weeks. Like it spreads nuts. And that's like everyone's different. Like I remember someone got staph here in their leg and they were in hospital getting it caught out within 48 hours because it just got so serious so quickly. Whereas other people, like I've obviously had staph before. We've all had staph before. And mine's just that annoying dot that I'm rubbing Batraban on like 3 times a day. Not quite serious enough to get antibiotics, but like still can't train and it just doesn't go away.
It's a hard one because if you do get it, you don't want to take antibiotics all the time because it messes up your gut.
Yeah.
So if you catch it early, it gets rid of it.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you have to do that.
Yeah.
But it's all about the precautions before we get to that stage, That's how me and James were always going on about it all the time. And, it's just it's a bit of an ongoing thing. But I suppose it's part of owning a combat sports gym,
Yeah.
Yeah, it is one of the worst things about it. Yeah, it's weird. It's like some people train for like 10, 15 years and never have it. I think it was Mighty Mouse was talking about it. It was like never had it, but his like main training partner was like on a run of like 8 in a row or something when he was on the podcast talking about it. Yeah, so and that was his main training partner. But Mighty Mouse isn't getting it, just different. It's your immune system. If you run down, like your probiotics.
Don't take it personally. I feel like some people take it really
personally. But I think again it's that knowledge because when you first came in and it did happen, you were unlucky to get it at the beginning, then you're like, oh, that's because I'm dirty. It's like, no, it's because of a lot of different factors. Yeah. And I feel a bit embarrassed about the whole factor, the whole thing of getting it. So no, there's lots of things that come into that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think also like it's like, just all those precautions that you got to do, like disinfecting the mats and stuff like that and keeping clean. So.
All right, 2 seconds. We're just going to call it.
Intermission.
Yeah, intermission. 2 seconds. And we're back in after a technical issue there. So back to the fights and hopefully your upcoming fight.
Hopefully.
Where's that at again?
That is on Proving Grounds, which is a newer promotion that's sort of started. It's Robin O'Neill's promotion, who is Cam O'Neill's daughter, who is the dad of Eternal.
The dad of Eternal.
Well, I'll call him the dad of Eternal.
The dad of Eternal.
Yeah.
The owner, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's the dad
promoter.
of Eternal.
Yeah.
Steve's the dad of this gym.
Yeah.
Right?
Wait, do you not know that you call Daddy Steve here?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
After you get pucked in the face.
Yeah.
Now you're...
Actually, pause. Did you Google that?
Yeah, it means you spit in someone's face.
Oh. Okay.
So don't ever use it again.
Okay, that's my bad. Are you sure? Dang. I've used that often.
That's the first time I've ever heard you do it anyway.
Okay, thank you.
But they're Proving Grounds. Obviously, the fights, your opponent had to drop out.
Yes. I was really excited for that one though, because that was going to be, so flashback to my first MMA fight in Australia. I had just done extremely well, if I don't say so myself, in New Zealand and gotten a first round finish. And it was my first ever MMA fight. And I was like, I am born for this. This is the easiest shit I've ever done. Like, I am just made for this sport, which is so cool. And I've gone into this fight in Queensland, which have different rules. So for my first Australian MMA fight, I was in 4-ounce gloves and I had no shinnies, which is like just a bit hectic to start off with. And I was like the chillest person there. I was like, I am happy to be here. I am smiling all round. And then like I did my walkout. It was all cool and calm. I was versing a girl called Chloe Henry. She was 3-0 on the come up. And Steve's like, she's going to come for you, Ren. Like make sure you're ready. I was like, yes, Steve, got you. I'm basically like having a nap. And then they call me out, all of that stuff. And then the first round, I was humbled so hard. It was great though. I came back and it was a really good fight to finish. But like I got head kicked, I got taken down. I think you had to come get me because I didn't know
where you were going. She like, it was a deer in headlight. I had to go over to her and I'd come over and she's like, what just happened? And I was like, I told you she's going to come. Like, it's going to come. It's different. And then, but the way you managed to turn it around second and third round,
I switched on from there.
Was really good. I mean, you didn't end up getting the decision, but it was really good how you were able to do that. Yeah. And it was like just a wake up call.
It was such a wake up call. Yeah. And I've never been like that since. No. Which is good. And then so from there, Chloe actually hasn't fought since. She's been in Thailand training, getting better. I've been taking fights, being in Australia, getting better. And we were going to run it back.
On proving grounds.
Yeah, so that was it. I thought it was so cool.
She had to pull out.
She had to pull out, unfortunately, due to injury. I had in my head, I was like, Oliveira versus Chandler. That's like, I said that to you as well. That's like, was the vibe that I was going for. But alas, she has pulled out. So hopefully
they'll find a
we can get someone else.
There's someone possibly. We're going to wait and maybe find out today or tomorrow, I'm hoping. Yeah. But it's only 3 weeks out, so hopefully...
Because I'll have to cut a little bit more weight for that one.
If it goes ahead,
Yes. Yeah. But no, it's a good show. Like being in Queensland and being on proving grounds, like the daughter of Eternal. Yeah. So then you can like work your way up.
So if I'm the daddy, what's he?
Unk. You can be the uncle.
The weird uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Just hangs around. Lives with you.
It just says things inappropriate. That's about right, actually,
yeah. No, that is not right. He says way more inappropriate stuff than me. You want to hear the names he calls me behind the scenes when we're doing all this filming and stuff? Hey, Robin, back me up.
No way.
Yeah,
but that's gonna be a big weekend. So hopefully you get that on that one. If we don't get on that one, we'll get some as soon as we can. Obviously, there's not as many females in Perth. MMA in Perth, definitely, but in MMA in general in Australia. So then we'll try and get whoever we can get.
I'm happy for Muay Thai. I'm happy for boxing. Like amateur, it's all about just experience, anyway. So.
Get in there, get some experience. We're gonna smash a lot of stuff out, and then on the same night, same weekend. Obviously, you'll be over there if it goes ahead with Kevin.
Yeah, and Jackson's
fighting over there as well. Yeah, and then his brother, Jed. Yeah. And also Aaron will be fighting on Domination on the same night. Then the following day is our finale for the Altar, which is going to be a crazy because we've got 15 guys from here competing, plus guys from other gyms as well. So I don't know how many matches it's going to be.
How have you gone with the matchmaking? You've got them all.
Yeah, it's been killing. Like, I think Jazz has been doing heaps behind the scenes trying to get it as well. And I've been trying to match within the gym as well. Like, as in like guys who don't know each other, about the same experience. And I think if all goes to plan, I've matched everyone, which is really good because it's so difficult. It's not easy.
It's been a battle, hasn't it?
It has been a battle, yeah. I mean, people might drop out still. There's a couple of dropouts already, but we'll see how we go. But hopefully it should be really good. And they can get the chance to step into the cage, whether it's a bucket list thing or a start of a MMA journey thing. Yeah, it would be pretty cool to do that. And then going to have a lot of helpers that night, I think.
Go into a boy, come out a man.
Going to be a big weekend of coaching.
Yeah, so I'm teaching James how to wrap hands as well, so he's going to.
Really?
Yeah, I like to use pink paper mache when I wrap hands, just to get some flair. Yeah, a bit of flair. Yeah,
love that.
For some reason, the commission won't sign off though. I don't know why.
So out of the Altar group, who are you most excited about seeing fight? I know you want to see everyone. But is there anyone in particular that just stands out for whatever reason?
Well,
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
yeah, okay. I think it'll be cool to see Karen,
yeah,
the ultimate Karen.
The ultimate Karen.
She doesn't want that fine name, but the ultimate Karen.
It's there.
It's there. It's
already
already
there,
done it. Yeah.
I want to see her in there. That'll be cool. Jason.
Yep.
So yeah, that'll be cool to see him because he's just a jacked bit of muscle, bit of a unit. So it'll be good to watch him. Some of the other guys, Elijah, because he's like jiu-jitsu is just like, I was like, oh, you done stuff before? He's like, no. And I was like, oh, like his jiu-jitsu is like really good on the ground.
It's like give too much away.
They're taking notes at home, like.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a few there.
I think all of them, for one reason or another, I want to see how they're going to perform, because as you just suggested there, as you told me, when you first got into your first fight over here, it was like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
Which is and that's with like having a bit of training.
Yeah.
This is like 20 weeks of training with 3 days a week.
Yeah.
And then jumping into a cage, it's a lot.
They were really entertaining fights.
It was last time. It was really good. Yeah. Good match.
Yeah.
They were all pretty evenly matched, I thought.
Yeah, I thought they were as well. There wasn't too many like first round. I'm just trying to think. The only one I can think of is Aaron's head kick.
Yeah, but it's just a bit,
That was,
Yeah, I can remember that as well. Yeah.
But all the rest of them were pretty back and forth.
Yeah.
Like even if they got finished with a sub or whatever, it was pretty back and forth, and it could be like anyone can get these.
Absolutely swinging. They all gassed themselves out, which I thought was really good though. Like the adrenaline, just watching people go through that. Because obviously we've all done it before as well.
Yeah.
Like you know how hard it is, and you just I think it's really cool. I have a controversial question.
Yes.
So a very unrelated topic. If you're ready to jump ship.
Uh-oh.
Okay. So the Eternal fights this weekend, or the weekend just gone.
Yeah.
Most of the fights, and this is like genuine, I'm just asking for like perspective of coaches and all of that sort of stuff, right? Most of the fights were finishes, like either first round, second round, knockouts, finishes, whatever it was. Would you call that poor matchmaking or really good matchmaking?
It's hard to say. When I see the lineup of people, the ones I know, the ones I've not seen fight before, I was like, oh, that looks like a good fight. So then that's all they can go by, I think.
The
you know
debuts.
What I mean? Yeah, I mean, like you're looking at records, you're looking at what someone's fought like before. I'm gonna cough now.
There's not a ton to go off if you've got like a zero, like
An
So I've seen some people get like couple got starched and that, and I'm like, well, I don't even know this other guy.
Yeah.
Well, then when you've got the two guys that you do know, you've seen stuff before. I thought they're pretty evenly matched.
Yeah.
And even if someone got smoked in the first round or whatever,
they would come back.
They would come back, and it's like on a different day, different time, maybe different results and stuff.
I think there's probably like a few factors.
Sorry, I'm getting over a cough.
There's like a few factors involved. I think the refs, I reckon, like do a good job if there's a bit of a knockdown or something, they kind of jump on it pretty quick and just stop it.
Yeah,
like whereas I think that's fine. Like you know, you could just. Whereas I think you get into the pros, more experience.
The pros were pretty even.
They might have these knockdowns and things,
Yeah.
but they can sort of like find their way back into the fight like fairly quickly, you know, instead of sort of. You notice like the amateurs, if they sort of get that bit of a hit, they kind of go down, and there's not much of a reaction, like quick enough for the ref to like let it keep going.
Yeah.
They sort of so they might drop to turtle or something like that and sort of cover up, and they might not be like badly damaged, but it's just not a quick reaction. If the other guy jumps on them and starts hitting them, they're going to take more damage. So I think stoppages are like a bit quicker because they're just like, okay, bang, bang, we stop it. Whereas pros have had that experience where they get a knockdown, maybe they're straight away to their back, and they're like, you know, looking for up kicks or looking for a wrestle up or kind of reacting sooner. Yeah. So there's no need for the ref to stop him. So I think that's why you might get like more stoppages. It's not that they're just getting like flatlined or just getting beaten so easily. Yeah. It's just like keep him safe.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's let him fight another day, you know? Like he's had a bit, and they don't react to that quick because probably hasn't happened that much yet. You know, you've had one fight, you've had two fights, maybe you won one and you never even got touched or maybe, you know. So I think that's what I did notice from watching the other night. Yeah.
No, that makes
Obviously, we
sense.
had 3 on that show, and then they all had like the opportunity to obviously to win those bouts, but for whatever reason, the skill of the person, not maybe doing a certain game plan or doing something just slightly wrong. That's the thing with MMA. You can just one little step one way to the left or to the right, you're getting knocked out, or other movement, you've turned the wrong way and you're getting submitted. So like at that high level as well, I think just one little mistake, whether it's the first round, second,
People
third round.
capitalise that
Yeah, exactly.
quicker.
I mean, like Dylan had a really great match against a really tall guy, which is obviously always a really hard puzzle to deal with anyone tall. You know what I mean? Especially someone who can use the range.
Yeah.
And he did really well against him, obviously getting the win. Harvey was winning his fight. Like I thought he dominated the first round,
technical.
was winning. Maybe he was doing a couple of things wrong in the second. I'm not taking away from the other guy because he landed a perfect shot on him. But again, I don't think he'll ever that happen again.
Yeah.
You know, because he will learn from it and he'll come back and he'll be stronger.
Yeah.
And again, it's not a bad fight. It was a good fight. Just that one little movement too much to the left or to the right, and you just timing's there, and the other guy's really good timing.
Yeah.
He just clocks you. And the same thing for Frank. Like, he was going in there, landing good strikes, taking him down, having a good back and forward.
That's a really good takedown.
Yeah, had a really good takedowns, and then just rolled slightly one the wrong way. I'll lose his focus for a second. The next minute, the chokes underneath. And again, that's that guy's thing. He's really, very good at doing rear naked chokes, and getting that position. So, yeah, I think first round stoppages, again, if you watch them all, like some of them were like really like quite even, but just that one little split second or millimeter here or doing something a little bit wrong. And I've seen ones where it's a really mismatch and it's like, whoa, these shouldn't be together. But not that I can see. I didn't watch all the fights though.
No, nah.
I think even at the pro level, sometimes I'm watching, I'm like, this is a mismatch, like more relevant, like obvious mismatch. But the guy will stay in there just because he's had that experience.
And he can do it.
You can kind of survive, and there's nowhere there where the ref's like going to call it, you know, because some of the fights on the weekend, the guy was sort of, he was getting outclassed, like to the point where you're like, but it goes the whole way.
Yeah.
Because just got the experience and the ability to take that bit more damage and still stay in the fight. So, I think I do. You notice that,
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think like anyone who did come away with a loss or even get a win, just got to learn from the experience and get better and better and better. That's what we want to do, you know. Yeah.
If you don't win, you
learn.
Oh,
points, mate.
Prize and knowledge is
power.
Beautiful.
That's what I've learnt today, guys.
And we're gonna leave you on that because it's now going all funny with the sound. Yeah. So we will speak to you next week with a big surprise.
Ooh, what is it?
Yeah, what?
I don't know yet.
Damn it.
TBC.
Us.